Yeah. Say what? Check it out. Take a deep breath and I look around. I gotta give thanks to the joy I found. Gratitude is my attitude. That's all coming today. So let me set the mood. It's like nah, 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 nah. Hey, I'm trying to keep it calm and jovial. See, that's my style. So sit back, relax. We gon' be here a while. Cause I don't wanna rush it. No need for haste. I'ma take it slow. Now let me set the pace. Yeah.
Yeah, I can honestly say that chivalry is not dead, because August helped me not once but twice with river crossings. The first time I asked for some emotional, just like emotional support, and he, rather than just watching, sort of stepped in and got his boots wet the first time, and I felt embarrassed, but we went. And then a few minutes later, there's another bigger water crossing, and he again came into the middle to sort of get over me, and he lost his footing and his backpack was over, and he actually went not all the way in, but hands and feet in order to help me get across. So thank you, August.
Big shout out.
Big shout out.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone.
I'm at a gas station getting a couple donuts for the road. Still in town. It's a new day. It's Friday. It's July 8th. We're looking at day 119. And we're gonna hit this trail again. So I'll talk to you when I'm back in the woods out here. I'm about to run out of pavement and end up right back in the woods. Just like that, it's on and cracking. We are back. Had a great rest day. Shout out to Bonnie. Thank you for being such a good friend, for real. You see how all that stuff just pays forward? You do a good deed and it follows you. That's why you do it out here. It's just the energy. Got my new boots. I'm ready for it. Okay, it's 8:19. First shelter is like 13 from here, and the next shelter after that is like 7. So basically, if I did a 20-mile day, that'll put me right at a shelter. We're gonna see how far we'll get. We're gonna hit this checkpoint Alpha 13 miles in, and we'll reassess from that point out here. This has been the water since I started. A nice pale ale. That's not a pale ale. That's more of a malt right there. I see a Shell gas station coming up. You know the drill. Don't mind if I do. about 20 minutes, eat, and then get back out here. I'm still online to do 20 for the day. It's 12:30. With that fuel, that source of fuel I got right there, I'm good. I'm like 10 miles away from actually doing 20, truth be told. I'm 3 miles away from the shelter, and then 7 miles away from the one at 20 miles. Let me just say, when you see me roughing it, you let me know. The trail only gets easier with time because all of these all the roads and stuff, you really don't have to eat out of your pack. And if you have the budget, I'm gonna tell you something. I always say that time equals distance, but time also equals money. Money equals time. The more money you have, the more time you can take to do what you need to do. You see what I'm saying? If you need a zero, okay, fine. Time is distance. Yes, it's gonna cost you in distance, but as long as you got the budget as a buffer, take as long as you like. So, yeah, I mean, it's just not that difficult, man. You get your money right. You can walk from Georgia to Maine. You can take 4 months. You can take 9 months. Fact of the matter is, the longer you stay out here, there's a healing. I only got 3 states left. I'll be in Vermont tomorrow. But I told you, I'm only getting stronger. I mean, I feel great. I probably feel better. Did I pass it? Hold on. I'm sitting there running my mouth talking to you. The guy cutting his line, he's whistling. He's like, dude, you just missed the trail. And he's right. Anyway, when I say that the longer I stay out here, I'm only getting stronger, which is true. I mean, I might lose a little weight, but it's just so beautiful being out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like I came to the trail sick, you know, in a manner of speaking. I came to the trail sick and deflated, looking to do 2,200 miles, going 13 states, hiking mountains. How do you get better out of something like that? You get better and stronger because there is a healing in the woods, you know? You get your attitude right, you get your budget right, and you just listen and be willing, you know, humble yourself, be willing to learn and adapt, and dude, it's all you. I'm gonna come off this trail feeling like King Kong. All right, let's go out here. Checkpoint. I don't know if this is Alpha or Bravo, truth be told. I've just been hiking. Anyway, this right here is 13 miles in. 7 more miles will give me 20, and it will put me at Wilbur Clearing Shelter. That's technically 6.7 miles away. You have to take my word for it. There it is. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. All right, that was actually 14.2. It's 2:25. I got 6.7 to go for 20. Let's get her done out here. I did this in this summit they're talking about. I did this hike in the rain in 2015, and it was still spectacular when I got to the top. It was like a castle. You'll see out here. You'll see a lot of this in New Hampshire. you'll come out of the woods, right? You'll see the water, and then there would be a hut just sitting there, welcoming. And you can smell cookies and stuff and fresh bread wafting from the chimney. Pretty cool. 4 miles away from the terminus, our shelter today, but we're 0.4 from the summit, Greylock. It's the lodge that'll take your breath away. And we're getting up on it. It's Friday and it's 10 till 4, so they should have concessions. I really can't say that I'm hungry. I'm being honest, I've been eating all day, but we shall see. Okay, check this out. You see that? It has Masons written all over it. It looks like a Masonic temple. Has Latin and stuff. The glass ball. I've never been inside of it, but it's open. So guess what? We're gonna take a walk. But look at the grounds. Look at how manicured. You can't help but love. Massachusetts is just full of, you know. And then look right there. See where it says north? So I got my point of ingress and egress. Now, let's take a look at this lodge. See what they got going on in the kitchens, the restroom and stuff. It's actually cold up here. I need to put some clothes on as well, as you can see. And if you wonder what all this is about, it's a war memorial. What time do you guys close?
During the day, 11 at night probably when we're done serving dinner.
So I got 10 till 3. I can order something?
The cafe closes at 4:30.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Shut down and open back up at 7.
Thank you. All right, I think I'll get a hot dog. Hold on right here. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put some clothes on. I've always been a dessert first kind of guy. Anyway, so it's 4 o'clock. I got a burger, a Ranger burger with some chips coming. So that's pretty much dinner. So that's just one more less time I got to eat out of my pack. So basically, I'm gonna knock out these 3-4 more miles, right, and pitch my tent and go to sleep because I'll be done. This is dinner right now. It's a beautiful day. Okay. So I'm just gonna chill and take it all in. I ate so much today, but that's what you do. All right, out here. That's how you make a dinner. Right there. Still working on the dessert. All right, it's 4:30. I'm gonna hit this restroom and get out of here. This is a nice lodge, and especially when it's raining and you just need to get some heat and whatnot. All the bathrooms work, you know. You got some hot water, and that little monument thing is pretty cool too. I said I was gonna go in it, but I'm not. I got 3 miles I need to make, so I'll be out of here in a second. Out here. Now the dinner's over with. Let's get to the trail. I mean, the shelter. It's 4:40. Talk about a very well manicured area. Parking lot. It's just clean. It's 10 after 6. I'm like maybe 5 minutes away from the shelter, if that, out here. All right. This is the shelter. It's 0.3. Let's get to it. So this shelter marks 20 miles on the 119th day, July 8th, Friday. Okay. 0.3 is a little much, but I'm a little light on water, and I don't mean like what I'm carrying. I'm not eating dinner today. I already ate that, but what I want to do is drink at least 2 liters of water, and that's not what I'm carrying. So it's worth the hike, because at the end of the day, I'm hiking to the shelter, yes, but what I'm actually hiking to is the water where they built the shelter. Does that make sense? So my priority is, of course, getting to the campsite, setting up my tent, of course, but getting water. And that should hold me down for the night. And I'll just sip on water all night, you know, out here. That was an easy 0.3. I don't even think it was 0.3. Anyway, let's go. See if I can show you some stuff. Welcome to Wilbur Clearing Campsite. Privy's right there. Good to know. They got wooden campsites, so that's good. I do like the wood, so I'm gonna set up my tent right here. I'm close to the privy, close to the bear box. That's perfect. I'm sitting up right by the front door. All right, out here. Remember what I said about being the only person left on the trail? I seen some people in the lodge, sure enough, but there ain't nobody here. Let's see what's at the shelter. See, it's the woods that make you a hiker, not the towns. You hear that? It's called crickets. There's nobody here. I'm trying to figure out where the water is right now. So yeah, I'm the only one here right now. Or maybe I may be the only one here, period. That water looks crystal clear. That's what I'm here for right there. All right, let's get set up. You know, I'm just setting up my tent. Since what you learn depends on exactly how you listen, a teacher shouldn't assume that everybody in the class should understand what they're saying just because they covered the material, you know? Because everybody is different in their own way. Now, those of us that come from a big family, we know that that's not entirely impossible for members of the same family to not be on the same page, even though they've been going through that same mantra year after year, you know? So basically the point I'm trying to say is that sometimes I may repeat myself, or I may talk about the same doctrine in several different ways. I have to, okay? Because the journey in which we reach these conclusions and awakenings and epiphanies is different for all of us, all right? So, and honestly, that's why the Bible tells the same story in 15, 16 different parables as it moves through. because it's just trying to make sure it brings that point home for Tom, Dick, as well as Harry. You feel what I'm saying? And me understanding those ways and means, I incorporate that when I'm talking to you, when I'm imparting these lessons to you, you know? So don't think me as being repetitive, and don't think me as thinking that you're stupid. It's just that it's not about you all the time. You may have to be patient while that thread is going to someone else that just hasn't grasped it yet. And there's my tent. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. When I stop, especially Massachusetts, especially in this season, I got to put the hairnet on. When I go get my water, I put my hairnet on, because boy, those mosquitoes will come out in droves. And it's hard to fight with one hand and two hands and trying to put your tent up, trying to fend off with mosquitoes and whatnot. All right, I'm gonna get back to it out here. All right, yeah, I'm about to turn in, but before I close this day out, brush my teeth, take a little vitamin I, and slide on into the night. Let me holler at you for a second. Okay, it's 7:15. All right, so real quick, we had a great day, July 8th, day 119. Okay, cool, and we did 20 for the day. Check this out. I was thinking I was going to talk, but I just wanted to just get to this 10 site verse, you know, just to get set up and stuff. We all know, or it's been said, that everything happens for a reason. All right, but it's hard to accept that when we are visited with tragedy and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when things don't work out on our behalf, then what we need to do is allow that tragedy to push us into a higher understanding. Okay? Because if we can't square that circle, all we're going to do is just get stuck in this grief, stuck in despair, and stuck in hate. And that's not going to help in anything. Okay? If anything, it's just going to make you more apt to not to think. It's going to turn you away from the one thing that can push you towards the answer. Does that make sense? I mean, you know, sometimes when we're trying to understand something, it takes a physical pressure. It takes something physical to jar us. For example, CPR is violent. When your heart stops beating, you can't talk somebody back into it. What do you got to do? You got to take your fist and bang on that chest. So what you're doing is you're introducing a physical stimulant so hard and so brutal, okay, that it shocks the consciousness back to life. And you need to, and when we like visited with the paralysis of a car accident or the death of a loved one, you know what I'm saying? That can shock your faith. That can shake your consciousness of good and put you in a dark place. But maybe there's something there. You see what I'm saying? There has to be something there. You got to find the good, even if you need to make something up. Okay? Make it up just so that you can find your smile to push through it. Now, another way to look at this, or if I had to say it a different way, you know, you can pray that your son, daughter, or loved one makes it back from war. But if they don't, praise the Lord anyway, you know, because you don't know that the depth of your faith is deep enough. We all know that you know, manifesting miracles is possible. We all know that basically if it could be done for one, then it can be done for all. So this becomes a question of the power of faith. What do you mean? Nobody doubts that water can put out fire. Okay, if I strike a match, I can spit on it and that'll take away the flame, correct? But I can't spit on, let's say, a forest fire. You can't take a cup of water and throw it on a forest fire and expect that to work. So does that mean water doesn't put out fire? No, we're talking about the intensity of it and the intelligent use of water. Okay, maybe you need a little bit more volume. And what is volume if nothing more than more power? Okay, we know that God can do anything. We know that our faith in God gives us the power to do anything, but that faith is based on a measure. Okay, So you can pray that nothing bad happens to you, but if it does, praise the Lord anyway, and seek for that deeper understanding, that when the next time it comes around, you will have that you can clothe yourself in the whole armor of God, as St. Peter says, okay, that'll keep you safe. All right. Now, the second thing I wanted to say was we're living in a time right now where our ability to detect fraud, all right, has surpassed, well, our ability to commit fraud has surpassed our capability to detect it. What do you mean? I mean, I can't go into any store where it doesn't say we no longer take any bills greater than 20. Why? Because the counterfeits on these $50 bills and $100 bills are so great, the machines are being fooled. Okay? We got people right now still waiting on their tax returns from 3 years ago. Why? Because the fraud that's getting hit with the IRS is so rampant, they just have to stop. Okay? It just clogs up the system. Because nothing is working right, because all the counterfeit, all the fraud, waste, and abuse is just running rampant. Now, I say that to say this. If you can prosper in sin, okay, if you can find a way to make sinful ways and means work for you, then your true riches lie in righteousness. Why? Because think of all the energy you'll save. You know what I'm saying? By not having to look at the playbook and find the loopholes. By not have to study each word like a lawyer, breaking this stuff down hours upon hours upon hours, looking for ways to make the right way wrong. Okay? Now, when you look at it from that perspective, okay, then when you're practicing righteousness, all right, the playbook is already written. Okay, you're going with the measured success, all right, of the universe. Everything is on your side. You cannot lose. You know what I'm saying? Now think about this though. Think about all the energy stores you will have and the restful sleep you will have by not having to look over your shoulder, by not having the anxiety of what if they find out, or this or that, you know. And so when you're working with righteousness, you just have this cache of energy right there at your fingertips. Okay? And I'll tell you one thing else. I'm going to tell you something that righteous people have that thieves and criminals don't have. And that's momentum. What do you mean? I mean, when you're working with the laws of the universe, okay, you got the moral high ground. And with that kind of high ground behind you, you got the wind at your back, okay? You can just roll, all right? You can roll over anything, all right? Because you have that power working on your behalf. But when you go against the grain, when you're working in sin, when you're working in sinful practices, you're actually going against the grain. You're like a fish trying to swim against the current. You're using 2, 3, 4 times your energy. All right. And the minute you fall short, that's when you get caught. That's when the next one. I mean, there's a reason why they say there's no honor among thieves. OK, and what is honor? Honor is the establishment and use of morals. And what is morals? We're talking about ethics. We're talking about the moral high ground. When you work with these morals, they keep you in check. They bring allies to you, people that are looking for the right way. But when there's no honor among thieves and you're going against the current, you're just one misstep away. Okay, one misstep away from getting caught or having someone else take your empire from you. All right, and you got nothing to stand on. All right, when a righteous man falls, there's 2 more there willing to pick him up because they've seen their success. And just to have a mentor, they're going to take him under their wing. When a sinful man falls, he's either going to be sitting there in prison or somebody's going to be trying to hide his body somewhere. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I feel like I'm pushing this point too much. But yeah, just what I just said. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Good night. I was just looking at what I said. By the way, when I say vitamin I, we all know I mean vitamin W, right? All right, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. It's going to be July 9th, and that's going to be day 120. And guess what? Tomorrow we're going to be in a whole nother state, Vermont, or should I say Vermud. But I don't want to wish that on. I don't want to wish that. So I actually got a friend hiking in Vermont right now, and she said it's great. So hopefully I can get maybe, I don't know, 7 good days or 6 good days of good sun, and I'll bust out some 20s and 25s and 30s, and we'll be out of Vermont and into New Hampshire quick enough. When I talk about that capital, the equity capital, I'm going to be trying to push through Vermont as fast as possible, because when you're hiking in mud, you get no traction, and it doesn't matter how full of energy you are, you know, when you got to watch every step and measure every step so you don't push too hard, you're just going to go slow. So every good day I'm going to try to push and capitalize on it. Does that mean I'm not going to not go to a store? Nah. You know me, I'm going to eat like a king, because that's my fuel. But like I said, you know, you may find me pushing a little harder to get out of Vermont than you've seen me heretofore, so to speak. But that's just something to look forward to out here.
You can call me August Savant.